investigating the disappearance of a girl linked to the serial killer Fred West say that there is enough evidence to start excavating a cafe in the city. Officers have been searching the Clean Plate Cafe, where they believe it is possible that Mary Bastholm, who vanished in 1968 at the age of just 15, could be buried. Well, our correspondent Dan Whitehead is in Gloucester for us. And Dan, there's been a lot of interest in this cafe for a long time. There was even a local funding campaign to try to get the police to take action. It's finally taken a documentary crew to get these digs happening now. What were the police telling you about the number of voids? Does 6 voids under the floor potentially equate to 6 bodies?
That's what they will be finding out from tomorrow when the excavation teams start to come into this cafe behind me here. It was a production crew who were filming a documentary about the disappearance of Mary around a week and a half ago, who alerted the police after they'd used ground-penetrating radar equipment. Now, the production crew found 2 voids in the basement near a toilet in the cellar of the Clean Plate Cafe here. Since the police forensic archaeologists have been on site over the last couple of days, they've found a further 4 voids. Now, they are, I am told, spread across the cellar area, not concentrated on just one corner near this toilet where the production crew found the void. Now, that void that the production crew initially found, one of the 2, they put down essentially a camera down underground where they managed to capture a picture of what looks like some blue material. That is what it looks like according to the detective in charge as well. That is significant because it is a blue coat and other blue items of clothing, including a bag which Mary was wearing when she left the cafe at the end of her shift back in 1968 at the age of 15. She wasn't seen after that when she was waiting for a bus. This is what Detective Chief Inspector John Turner had to tell me earlier on.
They put in an endoscope and they found what I would describe as a grainy image of what looked like to me blue material.
Right, okay, and the significance of that?
The significance is when Mary went missing in 1968, she was wearing a blue coat, a blue and white dress, and had a blue bag with her. The production company thought that was clearly significant, which is why they brought that to our attention.
Now, you said there was a void in a toilet in the basement, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. When you say void, can you just expand on that, was it?
Well, a void is, through ground-penetrating radar, they can say if there's anomalies within the ground. And what they're saying is, below the surface area of the concrete and tiles, there is a void, which is a hole within the ground, which is an anomaly. What the GPR won't say is what's in that void, but it will say that a void or a hole is within the ground.
Okay. Tell us about the work, but then since then, once you were informed, what's been going on with your officers in the last week?
Well, what's been going on for the last few days, we've been working with a team of forensic archaeologists and anthropologists to go over the data provided by the production crew with their own GPR equipment. We've had to carry out health and safety assessments for enclosed space working because of the basement. We've had to employ structural engineers because we are going to excavate to make sure it's safe to do so. A couple of days ago, we identified the tiles over the toilet area are actually asbestos. So we're going to have to do some health and safety work to get those removed safely and clearly. The GPR crew informed me yesterday that they'd actually found 6 voids within the basement. To confirm of what the production company found, and then a further 4 in the back end of the basement. And we do know within that area there are ancient burial grounds, there's cathedrals and churches round, and I do know that human remains have been found in and around that area. I have informed the family that there is a chance with what I've told you is we could find human remains that may not be Mary, and they are aware of that.
Well, that was the detective giving us an update on the excavation work. I did put to him why a search here hadn't taken place in the previous decades. They said at the time of the original investigation into Fred West, there simply wasn't the evidence as to whether or not he had carried out work here in the 60s and 70s in the basement here. If, to use the detective's word, he said it was folklore and simply wasn't sufficient enough for them to carry out an excavation. We do know that the teams will be going inside to begin that digging tomorrow morning. It will last several weeks.